Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. In the previous module, we learned variables. Variables store values, but every value has a type. Today, we are learning data types and how to convert them. For example, name. Name equals to dark compiler, where dark compiler is a string, where age equals 22 and 22 is an int. Height equals to 6.2 and it is known as float. Then it's known as boolean value. How to check them? We can let me clear it out. Type print type and the variable name. For example, name. Let's just copy this and let's change the variable name, age and height and no. We can see the class string, int and float and bool. Bool which is means boolean. Now let's learn about typecasting. For example, age is equal to in strings 20. N- Even if you try to print the type, print type age is a string because if anything is under the strings, it's known as string value. So even if we want to print age plus 5, age plus 2, it gives me an error because you can only contribute string not int is it int value, then we can add 2 to it, so it will become 22, but to here 20 is a string value. For to get rid of this error, let's make it int. So now h is an int. Let's hope it works. 22, it works. These are known as data types. There are int and there are float and string and boolean. These all are data types which are used to change the data types of a string of a thing. Okay. This these are the functions which are used to change a data type of a variable. For example, let's take a float value d equals to in strings 5.6 5.6 and f is equals to it should be strings, so strings are like this h. And if I want to change the d value from strings to float, let's print float d, and if I run, it will just give the number 5.6. And if I want to check the data type, print type d, let's check it out. And here the class is still string because for if we use the float value, it will change for temporarily. And let's try to give an a already we have age equals to 20. Let's print int age and let's copy it out and let's change it into float flo, and let's find where int is doesn't have anything. So these are the typecasting we can use in Python. Print 1, run, it will just print 1. But if we just keep like bool and if we run it, it will give me true. And this is the uses of bool, float, int and string. Strings are used to give for a string value which is known as simple characters. Let's learn as input function. I want to send some details to the program or the into the code as a variable name, we will use input function. Example, name equal is in name, we are taking input from user and enter your name. Enter your name. Let's debug and print hello name. So the name variable should be same here so that it can print. And let's in VS Code, if you were taking inputs, if you're taking an input, the thing should be like the code should be run from terminal. Okay, let's run py type casting class string true. Just clear it out. Let's clear this all and a quick save, control S, and just run them. Okay, let's clear this out. Enter your name, dark compiler, and here we can see hello dark compiler. These are the ways we can take an input, but basically if we want to take an input in for example age is equals, let my age be taken as input, and I want to add 2 years to my age. Let age plus 2. Let's run it again. Okay, let's run. Enter your name, dark compiler, print hello, and let's give an input age. Let my age be 20. There is an error because we can't add 2 to a string value. So if we want to take an input as an int, just keep int in front of input, and let's run it again. Enter your name, and my name is dark compiler. Enter hello dark compiler, and let's print our age 20. Enter, and my current age is 22. So by this way we can take an input as an integer, and if we remove the integer it will take input as if a normal string, and if we want we can also add float value, float float, and it's known as combining input and casting. Let's make a mini project. Let name and a take name and age from user and print them and them back print them back. Let's take a name as input and age as integer. Don't forget, it's a very confusing thing in Python. And grade and CGPA input, and let's print them. Let's take like print hello exclamation and the Python, like let the code run in terminal. Okay, just keep dark compiler. My age is 20 and CGP is 8.2. Let's print it out. Hello dark compiler, and I am 20 years old and my present percentage is 8.2. So this is taking input and changing the type of the input from string to int and float. And our next thing is, and our next learning thing is operations. And we have in Python we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and for division, modulus, and for square and for square. For example, let a be 10 and b is equals to 5, and we want to print a plus b. Here this adds, you know about add, and it'll just add the numbers. Just copy this and let's do this for all, and you can skip if you're getting bored. One more time. Plus minus for multiplication, and for division, and for modulus, and for square, and just print it out. And normal print is enough. A is 10 plus 5 15, and these are the output. This, and there is one more thing which gives us the reminder for an the remainder in division 2. So the remainder may be 2, so it given me 2. Then I want to add age, and let my age is 20. Here I'm getting an age equals to 20, and I want to add 20, two more years for it, and I want to print it. So we can like print age is age plus 20 plus 2, and if I just clear this out and just run it, my age is 22. But let what and let's print the age. Hope I will get 22. No, but I got no, but I got 20. So let's clear it. And now we are learning assignment operators. Let age is equals to age plus 2. And let's clear this line and let's print it out. We'll get 22, because now age is equals to age plus 2, which is means 22, and it will print the age. Okay, no. It will take an age and it will just add 2 to it, and it will store again in the age variable. So to make it simple, just clear this out. Let's clear this out, and plus is equals to, and here the plus and is equals to, it will add. So here the plus and is equals to is a type of a functional variable. Okay, it's a type of, okay, here plus and is equals to will, okay, here plus and is equals to will add a number to it, and it will store in the same variable, so that we can like print and store, we can add and store it again. And and it has same for age minus is equals to 2, and it has same for it has same for multiplication into equals to, sorry, is equals to, and division equals to, and modulus is equals to everything. These are the assignment operators which are used to add or multiply or subtract any arithmetic operation, and want to done in the same variable name and want to store in the same variable name. These are very useful. And next, comparison comparison of compar comparison comparison operators. And now we are learning about comparison operators. In our childhood, when we learn comparison, the symbols we have used, like less than, equals to, greater than or equals to. So here we are using the same thing, like print 10 is greater than 5. Let's run it and we'll get true. In here, if we are using a comparison, it will give the output will be in boolean type. Like, and for more examples, 10 is equals to 2. Here equals to is a sign which checks whether the 10 is equals to 2. And let's run this code. And okay, now we can see it is true because 10 is always greater than 5 and 10 is not equals to 2. Then it should be, it is false. And we can like do this again. And if we add an exclamatory 2 in front of equals to sign, which means it is not equals to, is 10 not equals to 2? Yes, it's true. Let's run this file again. And it's true again. What? Okay, let's save this file. Let's run this again. So true and true. And we have so many things like print 10 is greater than, less than or equals to 10, and print 20 is less than, greater than or equals to 20, not 20, 40. Let's save this file again and let's run them. True, true, false. Okay, these are the uses of this one comparison, and it will give the values in boolean type, and there are some operators known as logical operators. And they are and or not operators. These are the logical operators which are used to check whether the two conditions are the given are true or not. Example, let age be 28, and let's print age is greater than 18 and age is less than 18. Let's save this file and let's run it. It gives false because the AND operator, the both conditions should be true, and if even the one condition is false, the output will be false, like 1 int. And basical thing, AND operator is a multiplication, like uh, and is equals to multiplication operator. L- and if 1 into 1 is always equals to 1, but 1 into 0 is equals to 0. So it works in the same protagonist. If age is less than 18, its output will be like 1, and here output will be like 1, and here if age is less than 18, it's 0. So 1 into 0, 0, 0, which means false. this these are the logic operator of AND, whereas or is an addition to it, which is very good thing. If we know and it's easy to learn or, so let's change them into addition. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Yes, it's 1. So the output will be like true. There you see, it's true. And not is an operator which reverse for the output. For example, if we run this internal, it will give us true. It will gives me true. And if I given a not, and this is in the pyth, and if I add not, so let's run it again. Control S, let to save it, and let's run it again. See, it's false because of not. If the output is true, it changes into false, and if the output is false, it will changes into not. These are the logical operators and useful operators in the Python. So these are the logical operators in Python. So today we have learned operators in Python, which are some, so topics covered: operators in Python, arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, and in future we have one more operators known as bitwise operator. Let's cover that in the new video.